I, 24F, told my boyfriend, 26M, that men have it easy. He challenged me to swap. It started over a stupid argument on a Tuesday. I was complaining about my shift at the grocery store, how my back ached from moving crates of apples and how rude the customers were. My boyfriend, Mark, just sat there, staring at his dinner. He works at a massive distribution warehouse, 10-hour shifts on his feet. I don't know why you're so tired, I snapped. You literally have machines for everything. You just push buttons and drive a forklift. Try lifting actual boxes all day like I do. Mark looked at me, and for the first time in 3 years, I saw something in his eyes flicker. It wasn't anger, it was exhaustion. Tell you what, Elena, he said quietly. If it's so easy being the man, let's swap roles. For the next month, I'll take your grocery shifts. You take my warehouse job. But we swap the man's role too. You pay for the dates. You buy the flowers. You pay for your own nails and hair. You plan the weekends. You provide the security. Deal? I laughed. Deal. Get ready for a vacation, Mark. On Monday, I walked into the warehouse. It was cold, loud, and smelled like diesel. I thought I'd be on a forklift. I wasn't. Because I wasn't certified, I was on manual sort. My job was to take 40-pound boxes off a fast-moving conveyor belt and stack them perfectly on pallets. By hour 3, the machines I joked about were my enemies. The belt didn't stop. My fingers were raw from the cardboard, and my shoulders felt like they were being stabbed with needles. At the grocery store, I moved a 5-pound box of oranges once every 10 minutes. Here, I was moving 40 pounds every 10 seconds. When I got home, I was too tired to even shower. I expected Mark to be smug. Instead, he had a warm bath ready and a plate of food. He didn't say, "I told you so." He just massaged my shoulders until I fell asleep. The physical part was brutal, but the man's role was worse. Friday came, and I realized I had to plan a date. Usually, I just show up and look pretty. Now, I had to find a restaurant, check the prices, and make a reservation. When the bill came, I felt a physical sting. $80. That was 4 hours of sorting boxes. I looked at Mark, and I realized he'd been doing this every week for 3 years without ever mentioning the cost. I bought him flowers on the way home, trying to be a good boyfriend. He smiled, but I felt awkward. I realized I'd never once thought to buy him something just because. By week 3, I was making mistakes. I dropped a crate, ruining $300 worth of electronics. My supervisor, a guy who looked like he was made of granite, screamed at me. Not because he was mean, but because if that pallet shifts in the truck, it kills the driver. The pressure was suffocating. I had to be the strong one, the provider, the planner. I was paying for my own hair and nails now, and suddenly, I realized why Mark always looked a bit stressed when I asked for expensive gifts. I was exhausted, bruised, and my bank account was draining. I wanted to quit. I wanted to tell him I was wrong. But I'm stubborn. I kept going until my hands were covered in bandages. The final straw wasn't a box. It was a walk home. A group of guys started catcalling me near the warehouse. Usually, I'd tuck myself under Mark's arm and feel safe. But Mark wasn't there. I realized that as the man in this experiment, I was supposed to be the one providing safety. I felt so incredibly small. That night, Mark was waiting for me. He had used the money he saved from not paying for our dates to buy me a high-end heating pad for my back. He looked at me and said, "Do you want to go back to the grocery store tomorrow?" I broke down. I cried into his chest for 20 minutes. I told him how wrong I was. I told him I didn't realize that pushing buttons meant carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It wasn't just the warehouse. It was the silent expectation that he would always be the rock, the bank, and the shield. I didn't just learn that his job was hard. I learned that being a man is a lonely, heavy, and silent sacrifice. And for the first time I truly respected him.